Gwyneth Paltrow, who of course...
Oh, yeah, I write about struggling people, but also celebrities.
Yeah. Well, she has her own struggles. Let's be honest. She's taking a lot of heat for the way she participated in the food stamp challenge. Now, this is something that lawmakers, politicians, celebrities have taken on to kind of really empathize and figure out what it's like to live on $29 a week.
Yeah.
And make ends meet. And the point here of this campaign is to say, it's not enough. We need to, right? We need to increase or somehow reform.
Or feel sorry for.
Feel sorry for. Do nothing. Just feel sorry for. And, when we first came to America, we were on food stamps.
The Volskys.
The Volskys. And I remember going, to the store and getting food. Now, it looks nothing like what Gwyneth has. Now, she posted a picture of what she bought for this $29. And got a lot of heat for it. Now, let's just go through this a little bit. She has a dozen eggs.
That's good.
She has lettuce.
She has rice and beans.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 6 limes. 7 limes here.
I'm not the caloric value of a lime. That's low.
Yeah. How are you going to eat that? A tomato, kale. She has, you said brown rice, the beans, the black beans, the tortilla wraps here, some garlic. To me, this looks okay, pretty healthy, a good approach. Now, why is she taking all this heat from people?
I mean, that is great food, and you could have several delicious meals with that, but people are beating her up because it's kind of frou-frou food, and it's not a lot of calories, and a website, thefrisky.com, actually broke down the caloric value of this haul, and it gives you like 1,000 calories a day. So basically, if you were eating this, you would die. You would die if this was all your food.
You mean to say Gwyneth Paltrow does not know how to properly shop for herself in a grocery store?
I don't think Gwyneth Paltrow actually did anything wrong in her approach to the Snap Challenge.
This was supposed to be a Gwyneth Paltrow bashing segment. All right.
Well, part of what's happening, and the Washington Post had a piece that explains this, is that people just hate her guts.
Yeah, they do.
It's not quite the same as how people feel toward Anne Hathaway. It's like its own thing. It's I
mean, if Hathaway bought this stuff,
people would be flipping out. So it's about Gwyneth.
But if Ellen DeGeneres bought this, it'd be the best.
Well, she could have increased the proportion of brown rice and beans in that, and I think she'd have had enough calories. You need more starchy stuff in there.
But the other problem is it's also unrealistic, this challenge, right? Because they get $29 a week, but the recipients get a lump sum in a month, and that requires kind of a different planning of food.
So the challenge, the point of it is to dramatize life on food stamps. It's not really easy to budget, but in fact, this gives us an opportunity to explain that it's not this difficult. You don't have a weekly budget. You get a monthly benefit. And it's $125 per person in your house. So you can imagine
per month.
If you haven't done this, if you haven't done this before, that allows you to buy larger items than this.
See, I can't imagine. I remember this, when we first moved to America and we were on food stamps, and as you point out in your piece, most people who are on food stamps use it to supplement their income. It's not their only income, so they probably spend more in a week. I remember when we first came, we would spend, our cap was $100 a week, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little less than that. And I can tell you, we didn't eat well. But even that was kind of challenging. There was only 3 of us, my parents and me. My brother hadn't been born yet. But I remember, counting that out, making sure you're within that limit. So 100 was tough. I can't imagine doing 29.
Well, you're not going to buy all of his limes.
That's the first thing to go.
Those appear to be frivolous, very frivolous. But an interesting thing about this, I think, is that Gwyneth Paltrow really is getting a taste of what it's like to be on food stamps, in the sense that by showing everyone what she bought and being harshly judged for it, that's something that happens to a lot of people when they take out their EBT card.
Yeah.
And because it's human nature to hate waiting in line, all the people behind you will look at your stuff and think, F you. F you. That food is inappropriate for you for any, it could be junk food. Why are you buying junk food with that? It could be steak. Why are you buying steak with that? I've even talked to a guy who said he got lip from somebody because he had a cart full of fruits and veggies.
Ugh.
And it wasn't kale and limes. It was just like, regular fruit and vegetables. Yeah. So it's something that happens to everybody, I think, who gets food stamps. You are sort of on display, even though when we switched from actual stamps, when your family was on the program.
I remember some kind of paper, maybe. I don't remember if it was a card, but it was.
Well, it's not a stamp like a postage stamp, but they were like, it's like Monopoly money is how it used to be. Like brightly colored stamps that you would use separately from money. And now we have basically debit cards. But
that you swipe, you can select on the little machine when you go to throw it.
The cashier knows what it is, and a lot of people in line will recognize the card. In some states, it'll have like a giant American flag on it. So it's an experience.